guys, Barbara here. Welcome to Bear Pantry Talk. Now if you're not a regular viewer to the channel and you did a search to find this review, I know that you don't want to hear a whole bunch of palabra, so let's get right into the review of these two cameras right here, the Nikon Coolpix S9900 and the Coolpix A900. Alright, first of all, let's see how the camera does in low lighting recording. So I'm sitting in my living room and the only thing that I have on for lighting is this little lamp to the left of me, and the TV is also on. The S9900 is on the left, the A900 is on the right. I don't know that there's a marked difference. Let's take a look at the TV. They kind of look similar. And then let's pan back over to me. Again, I think you can see me a little bit better on the one on the right, but then the color is not good. Let's go over to Joe, who is away from all the lighting, and he's a little bit darker skin, and you can see him a lot better when the TV flickers on. But I wouldn't give these two cameras great ratings for the low lighting. All right, this is still shots. The one on the left again is the 9900, and as you can see, the one on the right, the 900, is more vibrant. The color on this car is exactly what you see on the A900 to the naked eye. Okay, the grass on this one for the A900 looks overexposed, and the brick, of course, it's a little bit brighter, overexposed again. And then look at the muffin. Well, I do like the muffin on the A900. That's pretty cool. Now let's take a look at the zoom on both. The S9900 on the left moves more smoothly. The A900 moves kind of jerky and fast while you're trying to zoom in. I'm trying to zoom in on this door at the hospital. Now the one on the left, the 9900, once you get close, it's really hard to keep it stable. The one on the right, the A900, you can keep it a little bit more stable when you get closer to what you're zooming in on. When I started doing YouTube 5 years ago, I started off with a Samsung camera that cost 189 bucks. I used it for like 9 months and then I gave it to a friend. After that, I switched to the Canon family, and I want to show you these cameras right now and then tell you why I ended up buying a Nikon. So I started off with the Canon Vixia HF R300, and I used this for like 50 videos or maybe even 75 videos, and it worked perfect. And then I decided I wanted better quality, so I went to the Canon T3i. They do have the T6i now, but I'm not going to graduate to that in the near future because they're expensive, and this works perfectly fine. When I bought this DSLR, it was my first one. I didn't know how to use it and I had a rough time, so I went out and I bought this immediately thereafter. This was like 300 bucks. And this is a power shot from Canon, and it really and truly does fantastic still shots. It does do recording. The video recording doesn't look, you know, as good quality as the camcorder, of course, but I bought it to take thumbnail pictures for the show. Then I graduated to the Vixia HF R400, and I bought it strictly because of this. It had a lot more zoom and other things to it, but I bought it for this. When you open the door, the camera's ready to go. When you close the door, it's on standby and it's not draining the battery. The 300 over here, when you close the door, it drains the battery, so you have to turn the power off, and that was, you know, what I didn't like about it. I love the upgrade that they did. Jory's going to sell this back to Amazon, and they're going to give him $68 for this because I keep the cameras in great condition. Another thing that I like about the Vixia series from Canon is that they do have this little jack right here where you could put a little lavalier microphone in, and you can have good quality sound. Later on, Jory bought this for me. This is the Canon PowerShot ELPH 340. I bought it for $199. It's still holding its value at about $135 if I sell it back to Amazon, but I won't because it's perfect for my back pocket to vlog. So when I switched to the Nikon that Joe is running right now, I bought it as a vlogging camera, and then I quickly found out it's kind of heavy, you know, to take around with you to vlog. And so what I decided to do was just use that for the cooking channel because it has beautiful, beautiful sound. All right. So what I want to show you guys is that I'm going to mount these two cameras on tripods, and I'm going to show you the picture quality and also the sound quality. Now keep in mind that this camera, the new one, can record in 4K. You have to put that in the setting. So I have two camera guys going, well, a camera girl, which is Jada. Jada has the Nikon A900. Joe has the Nikon, they're both Coolpix, 9900, S9900. So you guys see, I haven't manipulated the lightings or anything. I think Jada is telling me that I look really white out on this one, and then this one has a different hue. I'm gonna have to tweak that because I can't look washed out like that. So I want you guys to pick up on the sound. I'm going to lower the sound on this one, and this is my normal speaking voice when I'm doing the show, and then I can get a little bit lower, and then I can actually whisper and tell you, this camera is over. And then I'm gonna put the volume up on this one and speak in my normal speaking voice. And then I'm gonna get it a little bit lower, and then I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna whisper it. I still think I like this camera. So that's the sound on both of them. I do like the indoor sound. This is why I ended up with this Nikon, the Nikon family of cameras. And I'm having a hard time looking at both lenses. But you guys can see, I'm gonna put a side by side with the picture. Hopefully this one's not blurry because I've been having some issues with blur. So anyways, let's shut both of them off and then switch to one camera. I think the sound quality on the older camera, the Nikon S9900, sounds a lot better than the newer one, but hey, they both sound pretty decent. I'm sure that you guys have noticed that this is not a real technical review because I don't know the difference between a CMOS and an f-stop where cameras are concerned, okay? I'm only showing you things that I personally look for when I'm selecting a new camera. So let's get right into the similarities and the differences between the two cameras. I bought this August 2015 and I liked it because I liked the weight on it. I liked that it had the grip, and I liked that it was black. I really like the black. And I like that it has this articulating door. So these are things that convinced me to buy the camera, okay? Because the sales guy was working hard on me buying this camera. So this door opens forward like this for when you want to do selfies and when you want to vlog. But it's kind of heavy for vlogging, so it kind of hurts your shoulder. And if you're right-handed, see, this screen is being blocked. So it works better for a lefty, for a southpaw. And you can hold it like that and it doesn't block anything. But that's, you know, that's some of the annoying things about the door. Now, the things that I love about the door is that it swivels completely around like that if somebody is recording you, and it also can swivel and fold on the camera like this to make it smaller, and then you can protect your little LCD screen by closing it that way. And I loved that about the door, okay? The only thing is that it opened to the left, and that was kind of annoying. So both cameras have some features that are similar. Well, let me get into the door of this one first. This is why I bought it, because the door opens upward like this. So now you can use it with any hand that you're doing for vlogging, because I'm going to vlog with this sometimes too. So let's run through some of the things that are similar. If you can look here, they have the dedicated record button, dedicated play button, dedicated trash button, which is what I really loved and needed. Same thing here. They moved it around. I guess somebody may have told them that this up and down doesn't work, so, or the top and bottom, so they did side by side. The thing is, the trash is still there, and that's awesome, okay? They both have this little thing here for the flash right here, and yeah, it looks kind of flimsy and it feels kind of flimsy, but I've never broken it in the 18 months that I've owned this because I hardly ever use the flash. All right, so you have the on button here. You've got these tabs right there that you can pretty much figure out by playing with the camera. I'm not here to teach you all of that, just to show you the difference between the two and why I bought the other one, all right? So this has the 30 times optical zoom. This one has the 35. I'm moving so fast from my camera girl here. And then this can record in 4K. And then the highest for this one is 1080p, but you can change the setting on this one too to do 1080p. They both have Wi-Fi. I found it difficult to use the Wi-Fi on this one because I logged on only once and it worked, and after that I was lost. This one has supposedly an app, and I'm going to investigate all that and insert it into this review before I upload, okay? And I like that you don't have to take the battery out to charge the camera. You can just plug the wire in and charge the camera, and you can charge it on the computer. I don't like this on both of them. Take a look at this, see? Where they have the thing, the hole for the tripod. I don't know why they have it off to the side. I thought that because this one opened up like this, they had to put it off to the side to make it not be top heavy, but they still went ahead and put it there for this one, and this is not going to be top heavy because it opens upwards. I didn't think I liked the silver when I first got this, but the kids convinced me that the silver is prettier than the black one. Plus I'm kind of tired of the black one. Now, let me tell you something. I was crestfallen when I opened my package from Amazon because I bought this new, and when I was doing an unboxing, if you can see right here, I'm so excited. I got my little camera, I am doing, recording my unboxing, and then I went into the little bag to take out the camera, and this is what it looked like. All these smudges on the camera. Once you get, a little bit of things that you clean your eyeglass with and clean it up, it cleans up nice, but I really thought it was used for a moment, but the lens is so clean on the inside, no dirt at all. Now let me tell you what's been happening with this one recently. in the past 6 weeks or so, I'm getting a lot of blur, and I'll insert some blur so you can see, and I can't fix the problem. So that's why I decided to upgrade, and thank God for my family members that put together to buy this for me, because this one I really think is gonna have to go in for repairs or something. Plus on the screen, I don't see if, let me see, Jay, I can see it in the, not on the screen, but in the lens. Can you see that? All those little spots? Can you see them, Jade? You might not be able to pick it up with this camera. I might have to use a different camera, but it has a lot of specks of dirt on the lens, and I'm sure a professional could clean that for me. But when it has specks of dirt like that and you turn the camera towards any kind of backlighting or anything, you'll see it pop up like little circles. I'll see if I can grab that image for you too. So this is pretty much the reasons why I went into the Nikon family. The main reason is the articulating door, those dedicated buttons, and the sound quality. You really and truly cannot beat the sound on the Nikon compared to the Canon. I'm so glad that I used the Nikon Coolpix A900, the new one, to record one of my cooking shows before I finished this review, because if I didn't, I wouldn't have been able to share this with you. Let me tell you guys what happened. So I flipped the little door up, you know, and I bent the head of the camera forward to, you know, look into my pot that I was cooking. And because I had it on one of these little tabletop tripods, it was top heavy and the thing almost fell into my meat. I would have cried real tears, guys. So I'm telling you, be very careful if you're putting it on one of these little skinnier tripods. The big sturdy floor tripods, you'll be good. But the skinnier ones, it will topple forward on you and you might lose your camera because it'll crash and land on its lens. So be very careful, all right? So what I want to do now is check out the Wi-Fi. Like I said, the Wi-Fi on the Coolpix S9900, it kind of sucked for me. You had to go through like a 4-step process to log on to it. I could never remember how to do it when I was in public and needed to do it quickly, so I never did use it. So for this one, the A900, well, the new one, the A900, it comes with an app, and so I'm gonna, you know, try to download that and see how that works, and I'll tack that on right here at the end, all right? I want to thank you guys so much for watching the show, for liking, for sharing. I hope this helps you decide, you know, which one you're gonna want. One is $100 less than the other one. Of course, the older one is $100 less. I still love both cameras. And had it not been for the fact that the 9900 started to give me the blur issue, I probably would not have upgraded yet. But I'm kind of glad, because now that I've upgraded, I really like the picture quality of the 4K. I love the zoom. The only thing that I didn't like about the zoom is that when you start zooming, it's fast. The other one's like slow and steady, so you just have to kind of practice. But you could see that when you get to the closest zoomed in spot that you're at, the stability on the other one is like crazy. It gives you nausea. And the other one is more steady. So I really like the new one, but I like the old one too. So you guys decide, okay? I'm going to see you guys again real soon. Ta-ta. Okay.
The other one's not doing too good either.
As you guys can imagine, I've been doing this review over the course of a few days, and the last part of it was the connecting it to the app for the, you know, to transfer images from the camera to my smart device, right?
To your phone.
Which for me, I want to put it on my phone.
Yeah.
I don't have an iPad, so I don't have to put it there. And we went to the SnapBridge site. We couldn't find it. Even though we typed in what they said, they said
little thing, yeah.
nikonusa.com/SnapBridge. That's on the little card that comes with the camera. And we couldn't find it, so he had to Google it. This is Josh, by the way. This is Josh, for those of you who don't watch the channel often. And it has 1.5 stars. I don't know if you guys can see that.
See, it's tiny.
It's too tiny.
Let me see if we go into it.
Let's see.
It's a little bigger. Maybe they can see it there. You can't.
You can't do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe they can see it now.
Can you guys see? 1.5.
Yeah.
You got it, Josh? 1.5 stars. So Joshua was already like walking away from it.
Yeah.
But he gave it the good college try.
I got it to connect to the camera once.
And that's it.
Not
even for any length of time.
No, I couldn't do anything with it. It just said connected, and I couldn't transfer anything. It said if you want to transfer stuff, connect to the Wi-Fi. And I was like, okay, connect to the Wi-Fi, and then nothing.
Nothing. Yeah. So when I used when I did whatever they told me to do with the S9900, yeah, S9900, it worked. But like I said, it was like 4 or 5 steps that I had to do each time, going to the setting, do this, do that. I ain't got time for that, you know. So I had hoped that an app would work easier. We still can't connect. So I've gave that like, I'm not gonna try anymore. Joshua's gonna continue trying. He has to leave to go to school, But he was going to continue trying for me for the next, 20 minutes or so. And I'm like, I'm done. This is not something that I want to use anyways, because I want to control where my pictures are going. I don't know if you guys are like that, but I'm like that. And I only wanted to do it because I do a lot of stuff with Instagram when I snap picture of my food and stuff. And it's not all the time that I want to snap with this phone. I want to snap with my good cameras to get the good background where it's, blurred in the back and the food is vibrant, yeah, all that stuff. So I don't know how I'm going to get my pictures onto the iPhone, because I told you guys I'm not iPhone savvy. I know these kids could show me how to do it, but I didn't want to have to do all that. So we'll see. We'll see. I'll learn one of these days, but the app doesn't work, okay? The app doesn't work.
There's a reason it's 1.5 stars. There's a reason for that.
And I brought my little techie guy in here to help me out. So even that says something though. If I have to bring a tech guy in to help me out, it's not for the common people.
It's not user friendly.
Yeah, that's my word. That's my word.